right, antiderivatives again, very important. So let's take one antiderivative. So I would get a 3 sine of x, and then a plus 2 cosine of x, plus a c. Now I can see they're giving me information about the first derivative, so I need to use it right here. So 2 is equal to 3 sine of pi plus 2 cosine of pi plus a c. That's 0. This gives me a negative 1, right? So I get 2 equals negative 2 plus c, so 4 is c. All right, I'm going to take liberties here and erase this, so I can put the c equaling 4 right here, right? Put the c equal 4, so my f prime is 3 sine of x plus 2 cosine of x plus a 4. Now I'm ready to take the next antiderivative, right? So f of x will be negative 3 cosine of x plus 2 sine of x plus a 4x plus a c. I'm allowed to use c again because I've solved for that one before. Now I'm going to use this. So negative 1 equals, so cosine of 3 pi over 2 plus 2 sine of 3 pi over 2 plus 4 times 3 pi over 2 plus c. That's 0. So I get negative 1 equals, that's negative 1, so that'll give me a negative 2. And then this gives me a plus a 6 pi, right? Because after I cancel is c. So I get 1 minus 6 pi once I moved everything over to the other side. So my final answer, and I'm just going to take liberties here, is I'm going to put this c in. So I'll have a plus 1 minus 6 pi. So that's the answer. So make sure you know it's not the c's or the d's, it's the whole function with everything plugged in. So here is our second derivative test again. So you need to know that you want to make sure you find the critical numbers from the first derivative, right? So f prime of x will give me negative 1/2 plus a cosine of x equals 0. So cosine of x is 1/2. X is equal to pi over 3, 5 pi over 3. And then I find the second derivative. So that's going to be negative sine of x. Okay, so now I'm going to put this, these values, right? Put this value in here. So f double prime of pi over 3, negative sine of pi over 3. That's going to be a negative number. So that means f of pi over 3 is a local max because it's cupped down. And I'm going to try that critical number, and I get f double prime of 5 pi over 3, negative sine of 5 pi over 3. That will be a negative, that's a positive. So that means f of 5 pi over 3 is a local minimum. All right, last one. This is not, I did not make a typo. Both of these have the original function. So I have to go right down to find the f of x. So I undo one derivative, so I get negative 2 cosine of x minus 3 sine of x plus a c. And this is where I have to make sure I have to do a different letter, right? So here I get negative 2 sine of x plus 3 cosine of x plus a cx plus a d. When you have this situation, you want to use the one with the x equals 0 first. So negative 2, so negative 2 sine of 0 plus 3 cosine of 0 plus 0 plus d. Oh, wait, look at that. That's gone. This gives me 3, right? So I subtract that over, so I get negative 5 is d. All right, so you got that answer, so I'm going to run out of room here. So I'm going to put the negative 5 in for the d. Right, so negative 5 goes right, whoops, get rid of that plus sign. So negative 5. Now I'm going to find out what the, whoops, eraser. Now I'm going to use the other piece of information, right? I'm going to use this piece of information so that I can find out what c is. So 3 is equal to negative 2 sine of pi plus 3 cosine of pi plus c pi minus 5. That is 0. this is negative 1, right? So I get 3 equals negative 3 plus c pi minus 5. So this gives me a negative 8. Add it over to the other side, and that'll give me 11. So then to finally solve for c, whoops, I meant pi down here. Mistakes all over the place. Let me try that again. Okay. So I'd have 11 over pi is c. So the final answer, make some room. Final answer, just write it again. Rewrite this. F of x is negative 2 sine of x plus 3 cosine of x plus 11 over pi x minus 5. Done.